Hello, I am Ashwini, Assistant Professor at Government First Grade College, Holehonur. In this video, we will be learning about preparation of a comparative balance sheet. Okay, so how to prepare a comparative balance sheet will be detailed in explained in this video. Firstly, we look at a question. In the question, they are given there is a data being given for 2 years, 2019 and 2020. The balance sheet consists of assets whereby data is being given of plant and machinery 10 lakhs and 12 lakhs. We have one asset, that is current asset, that is debtors 6 lakh and 5 lakh 50,000. Total of asset side being 16 lakh and 17 lakh 50,000. Then we have share capital 8 lakh and 10 lakhs, reserves 3 lakh and 1 lakh 50,000, secured loans 4 lakh and 5 lakh 50,000, finally creditors of 1 lakh and 50,000. So this is the information being given to us. As I've already explained to you in a comparative income statement, similarly in comparative balance sheet, to prepare a comparative balance sheet, we need to have data for at least 2 years. Okay, comparative balance sheet ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ 2 ವರ್ಷದ ಡೇಟಾ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೇ ಆಗಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು 2 ವರ್ಷದ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಈಗ ನಾವೊಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಿಗೆ ತಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಅವರು ಹೇಗಾದ್ರೂ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಲಿ, ನಾವೊಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ಗೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕನ ತಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ರೈಟ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡ್ರಾ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್. ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತರಾನೇ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್, ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ 4 ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ balance sheet. We'll start with the heading comparative balance sheet. First column particulars, then we have data for 2019, then I have data for 2020, then we have absolute change, ABSOLUTE, absolute change, and then we have change in percentage. Okay, so these are the columns that we will have: particulars 2019, 2020, absolute change and change in percentage. So firstly we'll bring to the format. Format ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅವರು ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಗಾದರೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಲಿ, ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ಲಿ, ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಇನ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಪದನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರ ಬದಲಿಗೆ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಅ ನ್ಯೂ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಂಡ್. ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿನ ನಾವು ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರಿತೀವಿ, ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ನ್ಯೂ ಟರ್ಮ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಂಡ್ಸ್. Okay, so our capital and liability will be called as sources of funds. So sources of funds ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, share capital. Share capital is given as 8 lakh and 10 lakh. Then I have reserves. Reserves is given as 3 lakh and 1 lakh 50,000. Both these amount belong to the owner. ಇದೆರಡು ಓನರ್ಗೆ ಸೇರುವಂತಹ ಅಮೌಂಟ್. ಸೊ we will call it as, total it up and we will call it as proprietors fund. Proprietors fund, a very important number. This is proprietors fund. We will use this data extensively when we go on to a chapter called as ratio analysis. So total this up, 8 lakh plus 3 lakh, 11 lakh, and this is 11 lakh 50,000. This we will be calling it as A. This is our first total and we will call it as A, proprietors fund. Then further we will go with secured loans and creditors. Okay, so whenever the data term called as a secured loan will be given to us, we will be treating it as a long-term liability. Okay, students, please note, if no information about long-term liability is given, but secured loan anta ಒಂದು term ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ secured loan ಅನ್ನ we will be calling it as long-term liability. So ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ capital ಮುಗಿತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮುಂದೆ we have liabilities. Okay, in liabilities we have long-term liability, which is our secured loan. So secured loan is 4 lakh and 5,50,000. Then we have current liability. We'll write the heading current liability. Single current liability we have, which is our creditors. So creditors is 1 lakh and 50,000. We will total both of these. Idendu total ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So 4 lakh plus 1 lakh 5 lakh. 5 lakh 50,000 plus 50,000 is 6 lakh. Together this becomes our total liabilities. It is our total liabilities and we will call it as B. Okay, so A we have proprietors fund, B we have total liabilities. Total liabilities is nothing but total of secured loans and creditors, that is a total of long-term liability and current liability. So now two numbers we have, one is the proprietor fund, which is called as A, and total liability, which is called as B. Now we will add up both 11 lakh plus 5 lakh, and this we will call it as total capital and liabilities. Total capital and liabilities, which is A plus B. Okay, so total capital and liabilities 11 lakh plus 5 lakh 16 lakh, 11 lakh 50,000 plus 6 lakh, so total coming up to 17 lakh 50,000. So this is the format we require to bring our balance sheet into. Okay, so we will have to rearrange the assets also, but that I will take up later. Right now this is the arrangement of our capital and liabilities. We started with something called as a sources of funds. In sources of funds we have share capital and reserve. Total of share capital and reserve will be called as proprietors fund. Then we have the long-term liabilities, which is our secured loans. Then we have our current liability, which is our creditors. Then we will have a total of secured loans and creditors, which is called as total liabilities. And then finally proprietors fund will be called as A, total liabilities will be called as B, and then finally we will have total capital and liabilities, which will be A plus B. So this is a total of our balance sheet. We will double underline it. A double underline signifies that we will not have any amount for the total in below this. Okay, we will have total assets, but this is the end of one segment of sums or totals. Okay, so this is the data rearrangement. Now we will go to absolute change. We will see how to calculate absolute change. No much difference. Just exactly the way we calculated in comparative statement. Comparative statement helli hege absolute change calculate ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅದೇ ತರನೇ we will use the formula current year minus base year. Okay, so 10 lakh minus 8 lakh 2 lakh. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಬರಿತೀವಿ, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ 2 lakh. then 1,50,000 minus 3 lakh. So this is minus 1,50,000. You can write either minus or you can write it within the bracket. 11,50,000 minus 11 lakh is again 50,000. 5,50,000 minus 4 lakh 1,50,000. 50,000 minus 1 lakh, here again we have negative minus 50,000. 6 lakh minus 5 lakh 1 lakh. 17,50,000 minus 16 lakh, so this is 1,75,000. Okay, so this is going to be our absolute change. Now we will go for change in percentage. How do we calculate change in percentage? Change in percentage, we will use the formula absolute change divided by base year into 100. Okay, so we'll go for a simple formula which is absolute change divided by base year into 100. So absolute change is 2 lakh, base year is 8 lakh. So that is going to be 2 lakh divided by 8 lakh into 100, which is 25%. Next, 1,50,000 divided by 3 lakh into 100, which is minus 50%. Since it is negative, we will carry negative. Negative idre negative baritivi. So it is minus 50%. Then 50,000 divided by 11 lakh into 100. We get it as 4.5%. Then 1,50,000 divided by 4 lakh into 100. So this is 37.5%. Then 50,000 divided by 1 lakh into 100. This is again minus 50%. Negative ide. Hagagi minus 50% antane baritivi. 1 lakh divided by 5 lakh into 100. 20%. Finally, 1,75,000 divided by 16 lakh into 100. We write it as 10.937 baratte. I will write it as 10.94%. Okay. So this is the calculation that we have. So absolute change, change in percentage. How do we get this change in percentage? Absolute change divided by base year into 100. Okay, so this is a calculation. As I have already told you, management accounting alli calculation ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ವಾಟ್ ಡಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮೀನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇನ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಇಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ನಾವು ಸಪೋಸ್ what is the increase or decrease in this data relating to balance sheet. We can observe that the share capital has increased by 25%, which is actually good for the company. The reserves have come down by 50%, okay, which is not very good. That means the company is using the profits, they are not transferring it into reserves. So reserves have come down by 50%. The total proprietor fund is increased by 4.5%, and then we have the secured loans which is increasing by 37.5%. We have the creditors which is coming down, decreasing by 50%. That means we have repaid our creditors. Current liabilities ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So we have repaid our creditors. 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ಇತ್ತು 50,000 ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 50,000 ನಾವು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. We have repaid our creditors. So creditors have come down by 50%, and then the total liabilities has increased by 20%, and finally our total capital and liabilities have increased by 10.94%. Okay, so this is the interpretation regarding the sources of funds. Now we will quickly calculate our application of funds. We can calculate down below. I don't have the place here, so I will rearrange it. So we will go for application of funds. Same format. We will go for our application of funds. So draw it again. Same columns. 2019, 2020, absolute change and change in percentage. We will call the assets. Assets anta kariyodilla. Adru badlu we will call it as application of funds. Okay, simple. We have only two assets. First one, we will start with fixed assets. Fixed assets alli we have only one asset, which is our plant and machinery. Plant and machinery, they have given us as 10 lakh and 12 lakh. Okay, so this is our total ಫಿಕ್ಸೆಡ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಅಸೆಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಎ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀನಿ. ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಿಷನರಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್. ದೆನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. Current assets. Current asset also we have a single asset which is our debtors. Okay, I will call it as B. Debtors we have as 6 lakh and 5 lakh 50,000. Only two assets we have. So just total it up and write it as total assets which is equal to A plus B. Okay, A and B ಎರಡು total ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, which will be called as our total assets. 10 lakh plus 6 lakhs, 16 lakh, 12 lakh plus 5 lakh 50,000, 17 lakh 50,000. Okay, so this is a rearrangement of assets. Application of funds ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಮೊದಲು ಫಿಕ್ಸೆಡ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್, ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸೆಡ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ, ಟೋಟಲ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸೆಡ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಎ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದೆನ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಡೆಟರ್ಸ್. ಆ ಏನು ಡೆಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಬಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬಿ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ದ ಟೋಟಲ್ 16 lakh and 17 lakh 50,000. You can double underline this also, meaning that you don't have anything further to total. Okay, now we will find out the absolute change. Absolute change ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ. Absolute change ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಣದ ಮೊತ್ತದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. What is the change actually in numbers? So 12 lakh minus 10 lakh, so it is plus 2 lakh. 5 lakh 50,000 minus 6 lakh, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ನಮಗೆ ಡೆಟರ್ಸ್, so it is minus 50,000. Okay, then 17 lakh 50,000 minus 16 lakh, one lakh 50,000. These are our absolute changes. Now we will go for change in percentage. Change in percentage ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು? Absolute change divided by base year into 100. Formula apply ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. Absolute change is 2 lakh, base year is 10 lakh. So 2 lakh divided by 10 lakh into 100. So it is 20%. Then minus 50,000 divided by 6 lakh into 100. So it is minus 8.33%. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮೈನಸ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಬರೀತೀವಿ. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಮೈನಸ್ ಬಂತು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಯಾವುದೋ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ಮೈನಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮೈನಸ್ಸೇ ಬರೀರಿ. minus 8.33%. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 1,50,000 divided by 16 lakh into 100, you get it as 9.375 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. I make it as 9.38%. Okay, so this is the rearrangement and calculation of the asset side of the balance sheet. Now we will go for the interpretation. If you can see the data very clearly from the above calculation, we can observe that fixed asset has increased by 20%. Asset ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ, machinery purchase ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, so we have increased the fixed assets by 20%. Debtors has come down by 50,000. Okay, so we have realized the debtors, it has come down by 50,000 and in percentage it has come down by 8.33%. Total assets, that is total of fixed asset and current assets, has increased by 9.38%. Okay, so this is a calculation of a comparative balance sheet. Okay, I hope you all have understood clearly. Thank you very much.